present Cryptonomics Capital, and today we'll speak about the first portfolio, and you'll find out how to earn money from this. Nowadays, many people, they buy bitcoins, they know more and more about blockchain technology, and now there is a chance to earn maybe more money. Okay, let's speak about Cryptonomics Capital. What is it? It was born. There is a company called ICObox. The founder of the company is, I'm sure you know him because he's a really known person in blockchain. Very often he's a speaker in different conferences all over the world, and he's a real expert. And what is ICObox? This is a company which provides this service to new startups who want to launch ICO. Let's go further. As you know, many of them, many new startups are to pay money for ICO. It's a really expensive service. It comes from $500,000 or $1.5 million. And very often there are many startups which don't have this money at the start. That's why there was a decision from NIKOLAЙ ЕВДОКИМОV and his team to find a new company, Cryptonomics Capital, which can collect money from investors to put it to new ICO project. And how does it work? Okay, let's start. As you can see at the presentation, the minimum amount of the investment here is 0.015 bitcoins, which is not really much because we want to expand. Okay, I can see the message. There is a connection problem. Can you hear me now? Tell me if you can hear me correctly, please. Put 1 to 10. Okay, I can see. If somebody has some problems, okay, just let me know. First, let's discuss from how the system works. Okay, if you can see the slide, there is a investors pool, for example, you and me, and put some money into Cryptonomics fund. Now, let's say that the price of ICO service, total price to launch any ICO project is about 115 bitcoins. Let's say this. And before this, there are approximately 100 companies who sent they want to launch ICO for free, and they ask ICObox if it's possible to do this from Cryptonomics fund, from their finance. Okay, there is a very complicated process of estimating project. First, it must be new. The technology of the new startup must be special. There must be something what wasn't launched before, and of course they prefer to choose those projects which were already launched with some companies have some profit. This is a really important point. And of course there is a team, they make an annual report of all the projects are put to Cryptonomics fund to get the money for ICO. So let's say they choose approximately 1 or 2 ICO out of 100. Can you believe this is 1 or 2%, not that much. Only the best ICO projects are here. Investments to those ICO is kind of secure. Let's go further. Oh, there is a investors pool. We put money to Cryptonomics Fund, totally 150 bitcoins. This is enough to launch only one ICO from ICObox. At this time, they say if you pay right now 150 bitcoins, this is possible for you to pay with your new launched product tokens, the equivalent of 400 bitcoins. And they paid to Cryptonomics after the ICO process is done. So this is the way how Cryptonomics gets its profits, and it's really big. If we discuss the total process, how long it takes approximately 2 months, just 2 months. And this is how it works. Investors put money to Cryptonomics, 1.5 investments back. For example, you put 1 Bitcoin, and in 2 months and 1 week, they receive. In this case, you not only receive the profits from the system, from the ICO, but also from the Bitcoin, because as you know the trend, it goes higher and higher. Last month, I think it was approximately 6,000 and a half, and now it's more than 10,000 for 1 Bitcoin. And there is a positive trend, we should take it into account. Of course, there is another reward of management. When Cryptonomics Fund receives 400 bitcoins, the equivalent of bitcoins, it receives the ICO tokens. It needs to be transferred into Bitcoin. And how they do this? They offer to the buyers of the token are really welcome to buy those tokens with a good discount. Buy it very fast. For example, I come to you and say, I have the equivalent of 300 bitcoins and the tokens which will be launched on crypto exchange in 1 month, and I can give it to you with a discount of 25%, which is a really great deal for you. You can buy something what costs 300 bitcoins only for 225. And this is the way how Cryptonomics Fund transfers those tokens into Bitcoin. The other part, the equivalent of 100 bitcoins of tokens goes to fund management company. You can see it at the slide. Okay, tell me please if the system is correct, if you understand everything I said. If it's clear for you, if you have any questions, please give it to me. We'll discuss it now and we'll go further. Okay, I don't have no reason to stop here because there are no questions. Okay, I hope the system was understood by you. Great. Let's speak about the size of the investment. Let me check. Okay, several things we need to mention. First, the minimum amount of investment from any investor is zero. Okay, thank you, Mario. I see it's clear. The minimum amount of the investments to the first portfolio. This is the first portfolio. By the way, the Cryptonomics Capital will have totally 4 rows. And the minimum investment is 0.015 bitcoins, which is equal approximately to, let's say, $150. But the profit is different. Look at the slide, please. Here we can see how the profit determines out of the invested amount. If we speak about the real profits, 50% during 2 months, which is equal to 300% per year. This is really great, right? You need to put a deposit from 0.07 bitcoins, which is equal today with the recent exchange market. Let's say it's approximately $700 right now. Again, if you put, let's say, $1,000 right now, in 2 months you'll receive 1,500. Another point is investment windows. We come here. We collect the pool twice a month. The first pool closes at 15th, and the second on 13th and 31. Connection lost. Okay, I can hear me correctly. I can see. If you have some problems with the connection, please reconnect. It can help. Okay, give me the question, please. I was talking about investment windows. Can you see and hear me now? Please let me know via the chat. Okay, this is okay. Again, I repeat, because you have the question. The investment windows are closed on the 15th and 30th and 31st of each month, which means we collect the money of all the investors into the Cryptonomics fund before they put it into the deposits to work, before they put it to ICO. For example, okay, today is the last day of the investment window. And if you put your money today, tomorrow your money will start working from the 1st of December. And at the beginning of March, you'll receive your profits. If you put your money tomorrow or in 1 week, let's say you put money on 7th of December, your investment will start working from next investment window, which closes from 15th December, and from 16th of March, you'll receive your first profit. This is how it works. Is it clear? I want you to tell me if the point of investment windows is clear for you. Please answer in chat. Okay, Mario has a question. Are funds collected only through Bitcoins only? Do you accept other cryptos? Now, at the moment, this is not possible. We can accept dollars, but we exchange it into Bitcoins. That's how it works. You put money in Bitcoins and you receive your profit in Bitcoins. Okay, let's go further. As I told you before, the invest cycle is just 2 months. So you can use your money several times during the year. And in this case, you make a choice. You can take your profits and leave your deposit working. Okay, let's say it's this way. We have 3 ways after you receive the profit. For example, you put money tomorrow. At the beginning of March, you receive your profits, and you receive, let's say, 1.5 bitcoins. You can take it all and stop working the fund. This is number 1. Number 2, you can leave your deposit. You put it first, 1 bitcoin, and take your profits of 0.5 bitcoin. And number 3, you can reinvest the whole amount and receive a higher profit next time, in next 2 months. So if you choose the way number 3, if you put 1.5 bitcoins as a deposit, in 2 months you receive 2.25 bitcoins. And if we make some short calculations, if you go on reinvesting like this with the fund, at the end of the year, you'll receive from 1 bitcoin, you'll receive 11.39 bitcoins as a profit. Okay, is this point clear about the compound interest rate? Does everyone understand how the compound interest rate works? In this case, we can increase the interest rate per year from 300%, which is equal to 50% per 2 months, up to 1,139% if you reinvest. But there is a very important point. There is a limit of this portfolio. It is limited up to $40 million. The reason of limit is so easy because ICObox is not able to organize that much ICO right now. They are not going to collect more money they can handle. Okay, I see the question. Are payouts processed automatically in my private wallet, or will I have to log in regularly to cash out from the website? Yeah, okay, I will answer. Actually, you will have a personal cabinet in the system at website after you make a registration, and there are two wallets. There is a current wallet which can be used for free. You can use it just like regular Bitcoin wallet, whatever you want. You can transfer funds, you can put money there, and you can take it from there. And there is another wallet which is called deposit. If you put it to the deposit, you cannot take it back during the investment cycle. I mean those 2 months. And in 2 months, from the deposit wallet, your money appear on your current wallet. Okay, I think this is clear. Let's go further. Did you understand the reason of why the limit is $40 million? The limit of portfolio 1. This is really important because we'll have another 3 portfolio. The size of the portfolio number 2, it will be connected with the ICO projects which come from ICObox. The limit of this portfolio will be $120 million, and number 3 and 4 are unlimited. But today we will not talk about them. We will speak only about portfolio 1. And this is possible for you to put your investments right now. Portfolio 1 started to work from October, and it keeps on working. Okay. What else? Okay, let's speak about referral income. We're working really hard to collect new investors, and to be honest, we're doing a really great job. We started so soon, but still we have many investors, and as you see the circumstances, Bitcoin is growing up, and the interest rate we give to them, the Cryptonomics Fund, 50% for two months, is really great. And this is really easy to offer people to earn that much. If you have any investors, you can suggest them to join us. And there is a referral program for 4 levels. For example, let's imagine. Okay. Let's speak about referral income. Let's imagine I have an investor. I'm the partner of the fund. I earn money from this. I have made my investments, some bitcoins, and regularly, every 2 months, I receive the profit of 50%. But I have a partner and a good investor, and he also wants to put his money into the fund. I give him my referral link. He makes a registration at the fund and puts, let's say, 1 Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin. I will receive immediately 4% of his investment, which is equal to 0.04 Bitcoin. Which is equal to $40 right now, right? Okay, 0.04 Bitcoin, and I will receive the same amount every time he makes reinvest. Let's say somebody, my friend, my investor put 1 Bitcoin. In 2 months, he received 1.5 Bitcoin. And again, he found this profitable. He wants to make his money work, and now he puts 1.5 Bitcoin. I will receive 4% again, which is equal to 0.06 Bitcoin. In this case, if your investor will go on this reinvest policy, at the end of the year, you'll receive from investment of 1 Bitcoin of your investor, you'll receive referral income of 1.29 Bitcoin. As I told you before, there was a research. Okay, if in June 2017 there was only 30 ICOs per month, today there are 30 ICOs per day. Can you see the market is growing? And as you can see, many startups, they create new ideas day by day. But of course, this is a problem. They may not have enough money to make ICO. Today, investors are really concerned about where to put the money. There are hundreds of ICO, but this is the real problem, to choose the right one, the profitable one. And we can go back here. We can see the buyers of those people expect the ICO project will bring them a huge profit. Let's say they want to increase their money in 10 times more, 20 times more, and the ICO project wants to launch it anyway. If they don't have enough money to launch ICO, this is the only way for them to make their project, which they believe, which can be really profitable, to come true. The Cryptonomics Fund. Let's go back to referral income. As I told you before, we calculated the profits out of the levels. We discussed how it works only with one investor from the first level, and we receive the referral income of 4%, but there are 4 levels, and you receive 3% out of second level, 2% from third level, and 1% from fourth level. Is it clear for you, the project marketing? Is it clear for you how the investor receives 30%, I'm sorry, 300% per year, or if he reinvests the profits, how he gets 1,139%? If it's clear for you, please send plus to the chat. I cannot see the answer. If there is any problem, please give me the question. I will explain it again. Okay, Mario? Does anyone have any question about how referral income works? Nobody. Okay, thank you, colleagues. Let's go further. Cumulative income. Okay, I can see the question. If we invest tomorrow, first February, yeah, February. You're right. Tomorrow not, because you'll be late. If you will be fast enough, if you put money today, before the investment window closes, you'll receive money at the beginning of February, in 2 months. That's true. But tomorrow, if you put money tomorrow, you'll have to wait till the middle of the month, till the 16th of December, when your deposit starts working. Let's go forward. You also get additional income if you attract a really huge investment to the fund. And for example, if you attract to the fund investors of 20 bitcoins, which means total. For example, you called 100 investors and they all put money in it, totally 20 bitcoins. You will receive 1% out of all the investment they made, which is equal to 0.2 bitcoins, and you will receive these payments monthly, per month. As the size, the volume of the investments of your investors growing, you receive higher percent. And you can see it at the slide. 40 bitcoins, 1.5%, 65 bitcoins, 125 is 3%. If someone invests 1 bitcoin now, how much he'll be able to cash out in February? Okay, the answer is clear. He'll receive 1.5 bitcoin. 1.5. Okay. And you should take into account that the payments are made during 1 week after the end of the investment cycle. So we discussed the referral income, the cumulative income. We discussed the system, how Cryptonomics Fund works. We discussed the way how portfolio number 1 works. Now, if you have any questions, I will answer. Let's go back to this slide. I think this one was the most complicated in this presentation. Oliver, I would say it's safe. It's safe. There are no guarantees in the world. If you run any business, there are always risks. For example, one risk you should take into account that you make investments with bitcoins and you receive the profit of bitcoins. If you exchange it into dollars, for example, or euro, or your national currency, there is a chance that Bitcoin will be cheaper at the time when you sell it back. You understand? There is a risk. We cannot estimate the exact price of Bitcoin for tomorrow. We know a positive trend. We really believe that in 1 year or in 2 years, it will be really much more expensive than today. But take this risk into account. What else? If we discuss the system of portfolio 1, you can realize that each part of the system gets its profit. For example, ICO project. This is the only way for them to launch their project, to make their idea to come true. This is a really good point. The buyers of the tokens, of course, buying tokens of ICO projects, they expect it to be really profitable. They expect to earn good money from it after they put their tokens to cryptocurrency, crypto exchange. ICObox, it expands their market. It makes it really huge. As I told you before, there are not so many startups who are able to afford this service. It's really expensive. $500,000, from $500,000 to $1.5 million. And now, ICObox has much more clients. And Cryptonomics Fund, you can see, in 2 months, Cryptonomics Fund receives a multiplier by 2. They take 150 bitcoins and they receive back 300 bitcoins. Everything is clear. Okay, I go further. We have another questions. Where is the company registered? Cryptonomics Fund is registered on Cayman Islands. The founder of Cryptonomics is NIKOLAЙ ЕВДОКИМОВ, and please ask ask your partner to give you the links that NIKOLAY YEVDOKIMOV is a really known person. He's a billionaire. He's very rich. And he has many projects on blockchain. He has a share of Gigawatt. He has ICObox. He has other companies. Can we have any official documents? Okay, I can answer to this question. If you put your money on blockchain, as you can see, we work at blockchain and we need to be up to date on new technologies. There is a technology called smart contract. Have you heard about this? When you put money, you'll sign a smart contract, which says that Cryptonomics Fund will pay you back the amount you invested multiplied by 1.5. Of course, it depends on the size of your deposits. Don't forget about this. You can see the profit depends on the amount invested. So if you want to receive the profits from 50%, you need to put an amount more than 0.07 bitcoins. We have other questions, please. Unfortunately, we are not able to take money from United States right now. Only from professional funds, only from them. If you're just a citizen, you cannot put your money directly. If you're interested in this, you can ask your partner and discuss this topic. This is really complicated. And this is because our fund is on the way to have official permission of SEC. And believe me, one day we'll be the biggest and known crypto fund. Very successful. Yeah, of course, we will be able to see the smart contract. You're right. Actually, our platform, Cryptonomics, is under development still. We keep working because we have just launched it. And we plan to finish it up at the end of the year. You'll see the totally clear structure, glass. You'll see the amount of money you put, which project, which ICO project was financed with your money, and so on. All the details. We're going to make it as clear as possible, because we don't have anything to hide from us. Any other questions, please? Okay, no questions. Okay, I should say thank you for participation. If you have any questions, please contact me. Okay, my name is Max Zakamaldin. And here's, yeah, we'll have a record.